Hey guys, I wanted to walk through the beginning of a landscape drawing, and as you can see in the video, I've got stuff set up. I've got my iPad with the image I want to work from, my computer with it. I went back into my computer and messed with the levels and color and stuff like that to give it a little bit more contrast. It was washed out. I got this set up, pencils, Willow, a bunch of other stuff so you can see. And I just want to get in and talk about how when I go into a landscape drawing or a drawing period, I'm going to allow my hand to be free and just work on gestural qualities of the drawing. Now let's just say the first thing I want to do is give myself a sense of where this thing falls on in the format, right? So I'm going to be just winging it here. Take this piece of paper and I'm going to concentrate on that edge right there, so that that's what I can base everything off of. So if I go in here and I just go in here and try to line it up so it looks like, okay, there doesn't need to be perfect. And there's my first two marks. And I'm going to base everything off of that. So now I can come in here and I can go like, okay, let's just do this really quick. In here, it turns over in here, comes down like that. There's that shape in there. There's these shapes in here. There's this shape in here, right? And here comes out there. I might be off in there. I'm not going to worry about it though. It comes across in here so far, right? And then it staggers back in there. So I'm going to do something like that. I'm going to be over in here on this edge at the rocks on the left, or that little strange island. Come down. There's a lump in it in here. And in here there's this rock formation in here, here, and here, and here. You see this, a lot of in here's, right? In there, the beach in here. I said these rock formations in here. Back over here, it's going to come down there, boom, boom, boom. And then boom to boom there, and then in there some stuff. Now let's say I'm in here with it, right? And I'm fine with that. That's a really quick gestural drawing. It didn't take all that long, right? I'm just bouncing off the shapes. I'm trying to get the shapes. And I can go back in and refine if I want a little bit like that area in there, just looking at that really quick. And that one might be in there, right? Now I'm going to go in here and drop in the mountains behind it. And once again, I'm not going to worry about it being exactly right. Right? I'm just going to try to have some fun with the mark making. Boom, in there. Then I notice there's another range there. And then over in here, there's there, and then there. So that's it. And then we can also go into the water, right? Bam, bam, in there. Right? So now there's the quick gestural drawing. Now some of you guys have been talking about working back to front. So I'm just going to grab some, see if I can find some graphite in here, right? And I think that's graphite. So I'm going to go in here and go like with the graphite, I'm going to go like, oh, let's go in here. And just let's drop that in really fast. In there like that. So that's going to be my sky, right? And now I know I'm talking to you guys about making the marks so they feel like they're believable. And that starts with how you approach the paper. It always will be. It's like how you approach the strings on a violin. To get crisp ones, you have to have the right pressure there. So the same thing with charcoal and graphite and whatnot. So say I don't like that coming through, I'm going to go in there with that, right? Because I don't want that to come through. And while I'm erasing here, I'm making some marks because some of the material's getting smudged around. And I'm going to blow it off, right? Lost that photograph, bring it back. Then I'm going to go in here and hunt for like a piece of willow. That's compressed. There's willow, right? And it's going to be the mountains back in here. And I see that there are slopes, so maybe I'm going to attack them in different ways in here. I'm going to go in here, right? Like this. And right away I can go like, oh, I think I might have grabbed compressed instead. All right, so I'm going to deal with it. So in here, and I'm going to smudge it around, right? And try to work that back value in there. The back value of that mountain, right? No, yeah, that's compressed. Right? look at this. Let's go in here and bring it down along the edge. Right? And then we'll go in here. Oh, I wish this was willow, but we're going to deal with it. Because I've been saying about messing around with the material and trying to come up with something with the mark making, right? So, in there, and then let's see what we can do if we go back in here and do this to lighten it up. And even in the sky. All right, so now that's not that bad. That's better. I'm feeling better about this already. You know, I just want to make it lighter. And didn't realize I was grabbing compressed, but once again, I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to get the graphite going back in here again in the sky. Work at a different angle or a different direction, right? Maybe I come back in here with the charcoal pencil and I just pick out stuff where I go like, okay, this guy wants to come down in here like that. All right. And then maybe there's some directional marks in there like that. Here's, oh, why does that have to break? In there. Oh my Lord. So we're going to go to something else. We're going to go to a regular pencil, 6B. I had one, I know, 4B's here. All right. So we're going to go with a 4B pencil, right? Oh, and it's graphite. It's going to do something different with it against the compress, right? So I can start putting things like this up in here. Oh, pick up on a line like that. And start doing things like that in here. All right? I still haven't lost this island in here. It's just a matter of coming up with the right set of marks and value and whatnot for those marks that say this island is sitting in here. So maybe I want to slow down and get into this with the pencil, right? And draw this in here this way. And I'm still picking up on the shapes, guys. And I'm just thinking about the values and what's not. And the shapes I see within the shapes. And sweeping motion up in there, and the rocks, a little bit of value in there.